into since the U.S. since again the VB is actively opposing U.S. government sanctions against Cuba, including the blockade, including the occupation of Guantanamo, including state-sponsored terrorism watch lists. Um, so again, those are like part of our principles as well. Opposing the illegal imperialist actions of the United States government. And so that also ties in the seriousness of our work. But with that in mind, we have 3 mini brigades coming up this year that we will be, sending out like applications to and like advertising. So the first one is coinciding with the overall May Day Brigade that happens with the National Network on Cuba. We have a Venceremos Brigade contingent that people can apply to go during the week of May 1st, which, for people not familiar with that special day, it is International Workers' Day, which in Cuba is a holiday. So they celebrate international solidarity with workers of different industries all around the world to build workers' power. And it's a very special commemoration. It involves the whole country. Like, they have celebrations all throughout the country, like every year. And it's really inspiring for folks that, again, that have to live the sort of worker experience in the United States in a capitalist hellhole like this. But we also have a couple more brigades. We have one in July that will probably be coinciding with July 26th, which commemorates the attack on the Moncada barracks by Fidel Castro and the July 26th movement, which is one of their commemorations also of one of the starts of the revolution, the revolutionary movement that resulted in the triumph of the Cuban Revolution in 1959. And this will be primarily geared towards like queer LGBTQ plus folks in particular. And so, like, that'll be a mini brigade that's like primarily a container for that type of space. And then December, we're going to have another one that will probably coincide with the new year, which is the celebration of the anniversary of the revolution. So New Year's Day is the anniversary of the Cuban Revolution. That marks the day when Fidel and his troops marched into Havana right after New Year's Eve. And that brigade, which is also a mini brigade, will be primarily geared towards people of African descent, indigenous descent, and Palestinian descent from North America. So that's what's coming up. If there are any further developments, I can, obviously send that to you as well. But tentatively, that's what our schedule will be looking at, and that's what we're going to be sending out applications for in the next several months.
Chris, why is it important for people to go to Cuba? I mean, it's again, we talk about the work, we talk about the play, we talk about the experience, but let's talk to some of our folks about, why is it so important that we see this society, this revolution for ourselves, as opposed to, keep reading, watching Fox News and reading everything and believing everything we read on Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram. Why is it so important that we go to Cuba on our own, with the brigade, and see what happens there?
Well, I think for one is like connecting the history of Cuba and the history of solidarity work also with the United States. So again, I think, like I mentioned before, one of the biggest parts is like grounding our like local organizing or like local work in this sort of international perspective of where we are like in our global setting and where we are in relation to a country that's very close to us, that has been policy-wise under siege by the United States government since like 1960. So